Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Danny Richardson, and I'm proudly supporting the chapter of Lakewood High School. I'm from Sumter, South Carolina, and as you know, that's a pretty small town. Well, I had a prepared speech for y'all, and it was pretty well written, so I think, and this is it. So I'm going to wing it up here, and I hope you guys like my speech as much as I thought I did. Okay, so when I got to high school, I didn't know anything about FFA or agriculture. I was pretty lost and had nothing else to do but band. And then my friends, Caitlin, Lauren, and Madison, told me about the FFA. They told me how much fun they were having and how many new people they had met. I was so excited, so I joined the next semester in Mr. Sanderson's Ag Science class. I studied hard for the CDE that I had 2 days to prepare for because someone else dropped out. We didn't make it, but they made third place the first time, so we were already at the state level. So I had the honor of being on that team. When I became a chapter officer, my team encouraged me to go all out in the organization and to ignite my future. I personally got into the nominating committee. I was on the chairs, and I was so happy. I decided when I came back that I was going to run for state office because this was my biggest passion. It may not look like it from up here, but everybody loves FFA. We all have our names on our jackets, so we know where we're from. And we all have this emblem, and it all means something different to each of us. It all means something special. And for me, it's everything. It's my friends, and it's my family. My Lakewood FFA chapter has been the most biggest inspiration I've ever had in my life, and I could not be more thankful for them. To the officers that are now retiring, I could not thank y'all so much for everything that y'all have done. To transform FFA, we need to go all out and ignite the future. Thank you.
Hello, South Carolina FFA. I'm Hart Tusker from the York FFA chapter, and I want to show you how we transform in York. So, to transform means to change in appearance and your characteristics. And I want to help South Carolina FFA transform by helping more members get out of their comfort zone like me. So as a freshman, I didn't want to come up, speak in front of a ton of people, compete in competitions, but my advisor got me out of that comfort zone by putting me in a competition. I would compete it. We went to state. We didn't win state, but that was okay. Next year, went to another competition, competed, went to state, didn't win. Well, that got me out of my comfort zone. And by doing that, it's transformed me as a person to get out in front of y'all and help transform y'all to become better people and get out of your comfort zone and help South Carolina FFA and the agriculture in South Carolina grow. And that's all I gotta say. Thank you.
Transform. What does this word transform mean? Transform means a drastic change. Not only has the FFA changed me, it has transformed me. Every time I have the opportunity to talk to a Greenham member, I take advantage of that opportunity. I tell them several things. Always get involved, whether it's a CDE like livestock judging or forestry or creed speaking. Get involved because I'm sure you'll find one for you. Attend all FFA cookouts or bonfires or community cleanup events. And show your FFA advisors that you want to be proactive and show them that you care. Secondly, FFA has provided me with opportunity for many trips, whether it's from Cherry Grove all the way to Indianapolis, Indiana. It has showed me how the FFA changes from our state to all other states and even from region to region. Also, this year I was nominated for Anderson Star Student for our county. Anderson Star Student, as it says, I was nominated by my high school for the CATE. CATE stands for Career and Technology Education. FFA falls under the CATE category. I was proud to represent my school and win the CATE category for my school and as for my county. I'm Josh Bobo, and thank you for this opportunity. I'm representing the Belton Homeopath FFA chapter, and I'm a Piedmont Region State Officer candidate.
Okay. Well, I'm Caroline Falls, not Calhoun Falls, and I'm from the Abbeville chapter, and I'm representing the Piedmont region. Transforming from that middle schooler into that high schooler. Transforming from that teenager into that young adult that's about to graduate. That young adult that can no longer get the kids menu at a restaurant anymore. But anyways, life is full of transformations. Starting out as a green hand in the FFA, I grew physically as well as mentally. I learned all sorts of knowledge that I never thought that I would learn. I never thought that I would learn everything that I have. But there was always that one thing, that one little thing that combines us all together. Family. Family in the FFA is someone who cares for you, someone who pushes you to your limits because they know you're capable, someone who's there to tell you to take those opportunities and experience whatever may fall in that path, someone who is with you every step of the way. Here's a little story that I would love to share. It goes by the name of the turtle on the fence post. Have y'all heard this story? Hope not. Well, anyways, this one afternoon, as people are going by, they noticed the oddest thing in the entire world, a turtle on a fence post. They wondered, how can a small little turtle, probably so small, not even capable of climbing yet, can get on top of a fence post, but turtles can't climb, so that makes no sense. But anyways, turtles are not able to climb. They're not able to get on top of a fence post by themselves. Now remember that, by themselves. They had to have someone pick them up. They had to have someone put them on top because they weren't capable. FFA members, I challenge you, because you may think that you're that turtle. Well, we're humans. We can climb because we are capable. You may feel discouraged at times. You may feel that your glass is half empty. You may feel as if another day goes by, I don't know what I'm going to do. You don't know what you're going to do because it's the next day. It's tomorrow. Worry about today. Worry about who you are and who you can be today. Be the best that you can possibly be. Don't be afraid, because all these 900 FFA members that I can barely see, they have your back because you're capable. You have abilities. You may think that you can't stand up on a stage, but 2 years ago, I was some little girl, well, not little, but I would stand stiff. I would not talk to anyone. I was not capable of going up to a person and introducing myself, where I was from, who I was representing. I couldn't do that. But today I stand before you because I had my advisor, who is wonderful, my parents who are great, and my fellow FFA members who are awesome because they encouraged me. They saw that I wasn't limited because we all have potential. We're all a family. We all put our ideas in, and it makes one great big organization. Now, remember, I'm Caroline Falls, not Calhoun Falls, representing the Piedmont region from the Abbeville chapter. Thank you.
My name is Samantha Parker from the Pendleton chapter, and your Piedmont Region State Officer candidate. Now, growing up, I spent most of my time working with the most stubborn and wild horse we had. The shyer, the better. He was the horse for me. Why? Because of the pure potential. Now, back at the farm, we have several tools that we use to help unlock a horse's potential. Without things such as halters and lunge lines and even horse treats, we wouldn't be able to push our horses out of their comfort zones and find what they truly excel at. I want to use the FFA as a tool to help expose the potential for premier leadership, personal growth, and career success to as many green hands as I can. And yes, the shyer, the better. The FFA has countless tools for transformation, like reciting the creed and discovering that you are good at public speaking. Transformation. Your first CDE, and now you are competing nationally. Transformation. Attending nationals and discovering that you have new friends from 10 different states. Transformation. An overnight field experience and discovering that you want to be a wildlife biologist. Transformation. Your chapter president encourages you to run for a position, and now you are a state officer. Transformation. As a state officer, I want to reach out to everyone. I was once that shy green hand, so I would like to thank Austin and Audrey, Brooke, Caitlin, Haley, and of course Joey for helping students like me discover our true potential. Green hands and green horses alike need guidance and the necessary tools to unlock their secret to success. I am Samantha Parker, representing the Piedmont region and South Carolina FFA. Let me be the tool that you use to transform this association into the best that it can be. Thank you.
Good afternoon, South Carolina FFA. I am Jeb Kelly, proudly representing the Pickens County CTC FFA chapter as your Piedmont Region State Officer candidate. As a state officer during our year of service, we are asked to do many things, and this year we'll be asked to transform a young green hand into the great member they can become. We can do this by doing three things. 1, make a connection with the member. 2, encourage them to do many activities to bring them out of their comfort zone. And 3, share your personal FFA story with them. First, by making connections on a personal level, you get to know the member so you can further help them to come out of their shell. If you do not know the young member really well, then you don't know how to exactly help them come out of their shell. They might need help on certain things, and if you don't know them, you can't help them on that. And as a state officer, I'll strive to do that at every event I attend. Secondly, we can encourage the young members to get out and do CDEs to help them come out of their comfort zone. And by encouraging them to come out of their comfort zone, you can get them to go to state convention, national convention, all that, to show them what the FFA is about. And lastly, you can share your personal FFA story with them. It'll only take like 5 minutes for you to share your story with them. All you have to do is sit down and tell them who you are and how it transformed you to be the member you are, such as me. My sophomore year, I was kind of in a little bit of a shell. I was all tied up, but I did a CDE for the first time, and that helped me break out of my shell and transform into the member I am today that lets me stand in front of you as a state officer candidate. Thank you. I'm Jeb Kelly, your Piedmont Region State Officer candidate.
As the Vice President says during opening ceremonies, we should be led out of the darkness of selfishness into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. My name is Pierce Latham, and that's exactly what I plan to do as a member of your 2017-2018 State Officer team. As we all know, darkness is only good for a few things, like coon hunting and frog eating. It's not good for vision and leadership, and for that reason, we all need to be transformed into usable and valuable energy. Just like a transformer on a light pole transforms incoming energy into usable energy, I want to help transform you from good members of your local chapter to great members for our state association. As a freshman at Ashridge High School, I found myself lost and looking for a place to fit in. I wandered the halls of one of the largest high schools in the state of South Carolina, wondering where I belonged. Was I a jock? No. Was I going to be in the band? No. Was I going to be in academics? Absolutely not. Or was there something else for me? I spent my entire freshman year trying to answer this question. It wasn't until my sophomore year that I found the FFA and I found my true calling. And over those last 3 years, I've been transformed into the chapter officer and the state officer candidate that stands before you now because of the FFA and everything that it offers. Whether it's chapter officer workshops, where I left my comfort zone and met new people, or CDEs where I lost miserably and I found myself high on a state winning team, or simply selling flowers at our annual Flower Time Festival from our local chapter, I was being transformed to my best possible self. During my years of officer for the Ashridge FFA, I not only transformed our membership, but also our entire program. Increased our membership by 50%, increased our popularity in the community as not seen the FFA chapter since the 1970s, and increased our participation in all activities and CDEs. Just like the power lines that feeds our homes and communities, I am ready and willing to put my energy into use to benefit each member of our state association. My name is Pierce Latham, and I am your state officer candidate from the lower state region representing Ashridge FFA. Thank you.
As these candidates near the end of the nominating process, I'd like to wish each candidate the very best of luck. The opportunities that you have been exposed to through FFA have helped mold each of you into the leaders that you are. I, as well as the other state officers, can rest assured that the South Carolina FFA will be in good hands with any of these fine candidates leading the way. We look forward to hearing the nominating committee's report tomorrow. Each year, we must say goodbye to several retiring teachers while saying hello to new ones. Sometimes people fall into our profession by accident, but for others, it's a life dream. Students who make an early decision to teach ag are showing how they truly believe in the future of agriculture. Here to recognize those students who are committed to helping ag ed by becoming a teacher is the president of the South Carolina Association of Agriculture Educators, Mr. Michael Krim.
Thank you. Great afternoon. Who's happy to be in Clemson, South Carolina? Woo! Home of the Natty. It's my honor and privilege to represent again our South Carolina Agriculture Teachers Association. We've taken part in the last 5 years in the Tag Ag campaign, and we're expanding it this year. The National Teacher Ag Institute is a special project of the National FFA organization and the National Association of Ag Educators that seek to recruit and retain high-quality agricultural teachers across the nation. This year, the South Carolina Association of Agricultural Education is pleased to recognize 7 SC South Carolina FFA members who have chosen to enter the career field. This year's SCAAE Teach Ag members are Mariah Swigert from Batesburg, Leesville, Caitlin Pilati from Abbeville, South Carolina. Philip Rhodes of Calhoun Falls. Marley Long of Newberry County Career and Technology Center. Hope Knox of Walhalla. Matthew Bonnet of Lexington Richland 5. And Rebecca Parker of Colton County. Many of you, all of you, were brought here by an ag teacher. In the future, we'll need new ag educators to take our positions, and we hope that you guys step up as you plan for your careers and become ag educators. It's a great profession. Your ag teachers, I hope, a mentor for you like I am for my students, but we need you guys to step up. This is the best profession in high school. If you don't believe me, ask your football coach. They're jealous. Have a great convention.
Thank you, Mr. Krim and the SCAAE board for joining us here today. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for the South Carolina Association of Agriculture Educators.